Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel of Chaos. When we last left off, we have just arrived in front of 3 doors, one of which we have to take to proceed on our quest to the top of the tower, the black tower of the Citadel. But there is no indication on where to go. We took the right staircase to climb up here, I remember clearly. So let's take the door on the left, see where that leads us. The door is locked and it is very strong and made of solid oak. It is unlikely that we will break it down, but we can try. Otherwise, we could use a strength spell scroll to smash it. We could, if we had one. The lock is copper, and we could try using a copper key if we have one, which we do. So we have 3 options. One of them is blocked because we lack the strength spell scroll. We used up that one. But that's fine. We don't want to demolish doors after all, if we can avoid it. Again, we could try smashing it down, but like the text said, it probably won't work. Or we could simply use our copper key, which we also picked up from the dwarf. I have no idea how those creatures had such really valuable items on them. Spell scrolls and this copper key, which is quite, you know, the lock is quite inside this compound, quite some ways inside it. Any case, let's see if it works, if it truly is the key for this lock. The copper key fits perfectly. It turns and the door opens. That's amazing. But anyway, we have free entry. Let's see where we are. The room is an elegant bed chamber, plushly decorated with fine lace and a fur carpet. In the center of the room is a large 4-poster bed. Sitting up in the bed, evidently awakened by all the commotion, what commotion, is a beautiful, sylph-like woman with long dark hair and deep piercing eyes. Okay, first of all, we made no commotion unless we are really loud at unlocking and entering doors. And second, this woman might be beautiful, but this place is creepy. This goat head is like the worst decoration they could have ever chosen. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I'm going to say that this is possibly or probably the wife of Balthus Dyer, whom we read about, so Lady Lucretia. We have read that she is a dangerous and powerful black sorceress, just like her lovely husband. We don't need to kill her or, you know, take care of her, but now we are in her bedchamber, having awoken her, so this might have been a bad move. Let's see what happens. "What right have you in here?" she asks angrily, and quite rightfully so. With those words, her eyes turn blood red, and 2 jets of liquid fire shoot from them directly at us. That's some kind of high-level magic, to be honest. I mean, even with the use of spell scrolls, we can only conjure up fire from our hands and not from our eyes. This must be some high-level training right there. What will we do? We could create a shielding spell, and that would be a horrible idea. We have been explicitly told that shielding only works against physical objects, and jets of magical fire will definitely penetrate it, so this is not an option we will take. We could run out and try the next door, you know, the cowardly way out is always available, or in most cases. Or we could tell her that we have a special gift for her. That sounds hilarious. Let's go with this one. She blinks, thrown off guard by our unexpected offer. The jets of fire disappear. Hooray! Wow, this woman is more vain than I mean, even more vain than powerful. That's great. You know, you really need to pick them. And Balthus Dyer sure knows how to pick a woman. Beautiful and can shoot jets of fire out of her eyes, and she can be flattered easily by gifts, it seems. But now we need to give her something appropriate, and we do have some options to go for. We could give her the jar containing a spider. It sounds hilarious. Probably that would warrant another set of, eye fires on to be shot at us. The silver mirror is a better idea, or the hairbrush. Now, the silver mirror, in my opinion, might be still useful later on. So it might be magical, or it could have some additional uses, whatever. The hairbrush, on the other hand, is totally useless in our quest. So, if she takes it, that's a useless item out of our backpack, and and us not turning into ash. So that sounds like a fair trade. Let's take it. She looks at our offering, and her eyes widen, hopefully not to shoot more jets of fire. Let me see that, she commands. We carefully advance towards her and hold out the brush. She snatches it and spends several moments admiring it. This is indeed a work of art, she says, and she gets out of bed to try it in front of her mirror. Like, how vain can you be? As she brushes her hair with it, her hair takes on an unusual sheen, glimmering softly. She is fascinated with our gift, and now is our chance to leave unnoticed through a door in the far corner. Okay, so let me summarize this. We entered her bedchamber, woke her up, gave her a hairbrush, which probably is magical or valuable or whatever, and she gets out of bed, starts brushing her hair, and doesn't even notice that we actually go out, not the way we entered, but leave through the other door into the heart of the citadel, towards the heart of the citadel. She might be dangerous and powerful, but she's not smart, that's for sure. So again, Walter's Dyer really knows how to pick him. But as we head towards the door, our eye catches on a shiny object lying on the bed. It is a golden fleece. It may be useful on our quest. It sure may be. I don't know what a golden fleece is. Like, is it made of what is it, a magical sheep that was golden, or has it been treated some way or whatever? But we have been told by the ghost woman, the washerwoman, just recently, that we need the fleece to succeed in our quest. So let's try to snatch the gold fleece. Obviously, this is what we're here for, apparently. We creep towards the bed, hoping to snatch the golden fleece, while the woman is distracted with our gift, and must be truly distracted if we can not only sneak through their chamber, but even steal some of her valuables. So let's test our luck. This is completely pointless. Our luck is at maximum level, so we're going to succeed. We managed to swipe the valuable artifact before leaving the bedchamber. We are simply awesome. We leave the room and head down a short corridor. Some meters down, we find ourselves at the foot of a staircase. This is a spiral staircase, which leads right up into the Citadel Tower. We climb the stairs cautiously and eventually arrive on a small landing with two doorways in front of us. Okay, so we have begun climbing the Citadel Tower. We are nearing our goal. This is great news. And so far we have not really encountered any resistance, so to speak. We have encountered dangerous creatures, but Lady Lucretia simply let us through in exchange for a hairbrush. That's hilarious. Okay, which door to take, left or right? Well, the left one worked out great last time, so repeat performance. The door opens, allowing us into a large circular room. We scratch our head quizzically. In the center of the room we can see a small island surrounded by a wide trench on which stands, in the island, stands a chest locked with metal fastenings. The trench is too wide to jump and is very deep. Just inside the door is a length of rope. A door leads through the room opposite the door we just came in through. How will we deal with this strange conundrum? I wouldn't call it a conundrum. Okay, so let's see what we have here. This is definitely a trap, although the chest could contain something valuable. I'll give you that. Again, this is not a conundrum. I'm 100% certain this is a passive item. It's not going to jump on us or anything. Now, using the rope would be a very, very bad idea. Obviously, it's there to work on with the trap. And I'm not sure we should go for the chest. In fact, we are not going to go for the chest, and I'll even tell you why. We read in the book, if you recall, that there is a so-called doom pit trap specifically designed to stop assassins and would-be wrongdoers to the master of the Citadel, and I'm 100% sure we are looking at it right now. So that means that this whole room is nothing more than the trap. There is nothing for us to gain here, and with that we are going to simply ignore the box and walk around the trench to the other door. We could theoretically use a strength spell to leap across, but then how could we leap back if it wears off? And besides, again, this chest, I'm almost certain that has nothing of value in it. So we're just simply going to ignore all this and go on with our quest. We leap through the door and find ourselves at the foot of yet another spiral staircase leading up into the Black Tower. Climbing the stairs, we eventually come to a landing where a single door is the only way onwards. We try the door and it opens slowly. Okay? Nowhere else to go, so let's enter. We feel ourselves sucked into the room. As if by magic, our torch flickers and dies. The room is pitch black. From nowhere, yet everywhere, comes a mocking laugh which fills the room. "Foolish adventurer," says another voice, which changes its tone from high to low as it speaks. "Welcome to the home of the Ganges. Unfortunately, it will be the last room you will ever see." "Ah, but of course, you cannot see, can you?" "But we can see you, can't we, brothers?" And laughing voices come from all around us. Suddenly, a ghostly white luminous face flies towards us. We recoil in horror, throwing ourselves on the ground, and we begin to feel very frightened. We lose 1 skill, 2 stamina, and 1 luck point for our fear. And I can concur, this is scary and creepy. We have heard of these creatures, once again if you recall. The Calacorn mentioned them, that they are some kind of very powerful entities. And now we're in some trouble. There was no way around them, so we really had to cross here as we are climbing the tower. And incidentally, I think it's a bug, we didn't lose a 1 luck point. But we did lose the other points, the 1 skill and 2 stamina points. And now we need to escape the wrath of the Ganges, and quick. We could cast a fire spell, which we don't have, by the way, but it would probably be a bad idea. These creatures are pure magic, so and besides, even if we could defeat one of them with fire, which I find unlikely, by the way, it could still, the others would still be able to devour us. We could try an illusion spell scroll, which we again don't have, and again probably would not work. I don't think we could scare them or trick them into passing us. We could draw our sword, which sounds horrible. We are practically blind. They are some of the most powerful creatures this whole citadel has to offer, and yeah, and we have a sword, even if it's a magic broadsword. We just lost another skill point, by the way, so fighting them does not seem advisable. So let's see what we have in our backpack to use against them. We could use a spider in a jar, which is it's like a nonsensical idea. I don't know what that spider does, but I don't think it would come to our aid or be effective. We don't have a charmed amulet, so the only option we have is a jar of ointment, which again I don't know how it would help us, but still sounds less ridiculous than the spider in the jar, so let's go with that. The very worst case scenario, we're back to square one and doomed probably. So let's see if this works. "What is that?" demands a ghostly voice. We bargain with them. We will allow them to take the ointment if they will allow us through the room. We have no business with them. A ghostly hand appears from nowhere and tries to snatch the jar from our hand, but we whip it away quickly. It is indeed the ointment of healing, we hear one of the voices say quietly. We accept your offer, says a voice. Leave the jar where you are and leave through this door. A door in the far corner glows softly. We do not trust them and take the jar with us to the door. As we open the door, we fling the jar across the room and leave quickly. Okay, first of all, it was another item that we picked up from the dwarf and his companions. So they really had a whole bunch of very useful, very valuable items on them. I don't know how they managed to get their hands on them. Second, it's a bit confounding why they didn't just simply attack us and take the ointment from our dead body, but possibly they were afraid that it would get damaged or the bottle would break during the battle. And third, we don't have a way back. So we managed to cross, we managed to get, to get to the other side of the room, of the Ganges, but after defeating Balthus Dire, hopefully, we will still need to exit the tower somehow. Theoretically, I mean, our objective is not to exit the citadel, it's to kill the master of it. So this just turned into a true suicide quest, in my opinion. But anyway, all the more reason to finish it, so let's proceed. We close the door behind us and find ourselves at the foot of yet another staircase, spiraling up into the tower. Hopefully we're getting to the top of it soon. How tall can this tower be? Climbing the stairs, we arrive at yet another balcony where a single door is the only way onwards. Great. Trying the door, it opens easily. But as we push the door, a loud hissing noise comes from within. We step inside and turn cold as a huge six-headed hydra snakes towards us over the bodies of its previous victims. Its 6 serpent-like heads dart at us with vicious pointed teeth. We cower into the corner. Okay, I have some questions. Who are these? I mean, please don't tell me that so many would-be assassins, thieves, whatever, managed to get past all of this, including Lady Lucretia. Well, there were some other options there, but the Doom Pit Trap, and especially the Ganges. There was no other way to come here but through the Ganges. All of these guys, or whatever they are, they just came up here, managed to sneak through the Ganges room, and ended up here with the Hydra. I don't get it. On the other hand, remember the dragon from the first adventure? I am willing to bet that this creature is the pet guardian of Balthus Dire. He probably doesn't have the real estate to employ a dragon, but he has a Hydra, and this looks like a real formidable opponent. We could try to fight it. I'm pretty sure this is a either non-magical or just partially magical creature, but it looks extremely strong. So let's search our backpack for something to use. We may pull from our backpack one of the following items to use against the Hydra. Okay, we don't have a pocket myriad, whatever that is. We have a silver mirror and a golden fleece. And this makes no sense, but once again, the washerwoman said that we would need a fleece to succeed in our quest. So since we are really nearing the conclusion of our journey, hopefully, I think that this is like the last time that we could even use such an item. I'm pretty sure it's not to be used against Balthus Dire. So let's see if that works, however silly it sounds. We draw out the skin and the creature hisses loudly. So far so good. All its heads retreat and it remains still, watching us. There is a door on the far side of the room and we slowly make our way towards it. Halfway across the room, a head darts out and snatches the fleece from our hands. But instead of attacking us, the Hydra slinks back into a corner. We move on to the door cautiously. Okay, so this is the second room we cannot cross on our way back down because we lost the only item, probably the only item that we could use. I'm not sure if the silver mirror works against the creature. That's bad news. The good news is that we got through once again, and without having to battle the Hydra. So let's see where we are now. We slam the door shut behind us. We follow a short, narrow passage which winds round and brings us to the foot of yet another staircase, reaching right up into the apex of the citadel. A sign on the wall reads, "Halt! None may pass but by orders of Balthus Dire." We realize we are nearing our goal. We just realized it a while ago, actually. Cautiously, we climb the stairs to the next landing, right up in the belfry of the citadel. In front of us is a solid metal door. We try the handle, but the door is locked. Obviously, it's locked. We lift a small flap and can see small tumblers underneath. This is a combination lock, which can only be opened by those who know the combination. And we are among those who know the combination because it was written down in a book and stored in the Citadel's own library to showcase the high level of security this place employs. I shouldn't be complaining, it's still superior to to what Firetop Mountain had with the single sleeping orc guard. Anyway, we know how to proceed, but we also know that this is the chamber of our target and final enemy, Balthus Dire. So, before we enter this door, we are going to stack up, and we are going to buff up, make all our stats reach their maximum levels, or return to their maximum levels. So we are going to use up our scroll of skill, 1 scroll of luck, and 1 scroll of stamina. And with that, we are at maximum stats, actually 1 point above the maximum skill level that we started out with. So this is as good as we get. Unfortunately, we didn't pick up much equipment. We have the magic battle sword, and that's really it. We still have our leather armor, which we started out in, and nothing else. We picked up quite a few items, but nothing that is like an immediate help to us. And we are ready to confront the master of this place. But before we do that, let's catch a breath, think about what we have achieved so far, and with that I'm going to make the cut of the video right here. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.